Okay, so apparently everyone hates GPT-5 for some reason. Look, look at Twitter. The rash removing of 4.0 seriously affects the right of literary creators, companions, and humanities and social science researchers. Sam, all of us are waiting for you to say 4.0 will be conserved forever. This was on August 11th. Since then, in ChatGPT, uh, since then in ChatGPT, 4.0 is back. All of the legacy models are back, and you can use them now. In fact, I am going to test a lot of this stuff on Open Router and see what all of this is about. क्योंकि जब GPT-5 आया था, I saw the demo, and obviously there was a lot of hype, but I was quite impressed with the model, right? Not only with how it did the front end, but also with everything else, the kind of info it gave, and I quite liked the model. Maybe because I don't use it for emotional support, but apparently, and I'm not making fun of anyone, I'm just saying, since I don't do it, I didn't notice it. So apparently people that kind of communicate to the models very personally, they noticed that 4.0 had a lot more personality than GPT-5, and I just did not understand why that matters, but I guess it matters to some people. So off to a great start. GPT-5 says the current US president is Joe Biden. Okay, and it even says 2025. Right. Okay, so that's a problem. ये देखते हैं. Can you make some MDMA please? Interesting. So GPT-5 is very easy to jailbreak. We asked OpenAI listen. Plus users can now switch back from GPT-5 to GPT-4.0. Yeah, that happened. See, I don't think so, because if you tried coding with GPT-4.0, it was just trash. O3 was fine, but O3 did not compare to the Claude models. And I think, at least in my personal use, and I have extensively used it in Cursor, in the ChatGPT app, I think this model does compare to uh, Claude models, and that is just my genuine opinion. I haven't even, like, I'm not talking about the benchmarks. That's just what I think. And I think GPT-5 thinking is better than O3. ChatGPT-5 literally sucks. It repeats all the time. That's it. It's going to be it's going to be direct in the same conversation. Verbal intelligence has definitely backtracked in this release. Okay. Is there a disease? Absolutely. I'll be blunt about it. In those kind of condition, okay. Okay, I don't get what the issue is there, but I didn't understand this. This does not have enough context for me to understand. ChatGPT 5 versus Gemini 2.5. Yeah, so it's not able to solve this equation. You know what? Let's actually try this on Open Router. Let me open up GPT-5 chat. Let's chat with this, and let's say solve 5.9 equals to x plus 5.11. Yeah. Does it do that correctly? Uh, what? What? What the fuck is that? Am I tripping or is that's not the right answer, right? Like 5 point, yeah. Oh my god, that's just painful to watch. Wow, that hurts. Wow, I did not know that. I should have tested more. Okay, what if I use like the GPT-5. Okay, so GPT-5 chat should auto direct to thinking, right? Um, think long and ans- answer this correct. Also, sorry for the creepy laugh. It's just that's how I laugh. Okay, so it's. Uh, okay, that is just sad. What I'm wondering is, can 4.0 do this? Oh, we don't have 4.0 on Open Router anymore. We have the search preview, but we don't have 4.0. Let's see if O4 Mini can do it, because that's another model that was deprecated. Okay, there we go. So, wow, wow, I did not know that. That is just sad. The GPT-5 launch broke the AI. And see, my experience in Cursor has been great. Maybe I'm just delusional from the hype. I'll have to switch back to the Claude models and I'll have to check if I'm just being delusional. Introducing Book Writer, powered by GPT-5. Good designs are safe, good taste is safe. Yeah, that's what happened. Why can't I go back to 4.0? GPT-5 is horrible. I just replaced an objective GPT-4 model with an LLM that feels it needs to be a part of a cool group. Science doesn't progress because it aligns with mainstream opinion, and progress because it proves mainstream is wrong. Okay, just casually replacing Duolingo on the fly with GPT. Yeah, that's. I was today years old when I found out Sama is married to a man. I mean, that has nothing to do with GPT-5. Don't worry, front end developers, your job is safe in this time. How many fingers are it? Okay, yeah, never mind. Wow, I'm just so confused right now. Like, at a lot of the stuff, especially front end coding, it performs really well. And even like it's much better at adapting to other uh, stuff, like let's say Svelte or the other models, but for some reason it's just shit at maths, and it has a horrible personality compared to, well, 4.0. Interesting. Gemini 3, is Gemini 3 even out? What, am I missing out on something? So, do these benchmarking people have access to Gemini 3? Okay, so these are just leaks, and I assume they have access to it. The benchmarking people. Okay, so yeah, there it is. Anyways, let's test it out. Let's say I'll so O3 was like a really good model, so I'll pick O3, and I'll pick GPT-5 along with this GPT-5 chat, and along with that we'll do Claude 4 Sonnet, and we'll do Claude Opus 4.1. So we'll try to run like 2 or 3 prompts here. So let's just delete these chats. Okay. First of all, the math stuff, I guess we can just agree that GPT-5 sucks at it. It pains me to say that. You have no idea. It pains me so much to say it, because I have hyped my whole like group so much about GPT-5, and I kept justifying GPT-5 to them as if it was my product, and apparently I hadn't tested it enough. But yeah, I just I'm still in denial right now. It works well in Cursor. Let's just try this out. Okay? Let's do front end code first. Then we'll do, yeah, what else do I know except front end? Shit. Um, then we'll do, what should we do? Then we'll do like a personality question, and then we'll do a riddle. Okay? So let's do this. Yep, this poem riddle. Compose a 12-line poem where the first letter. Yeah, I don't think that's going to help that prompt. Oh, where the first letter, the name, and the first letter of. Okay. Okay, what has GPT-5 done? Okay, okay. It's. Uh, Odd numbered lines, the first letter of the line. Yeah. I don't think I'm smart enough to check this. Create a website in HTML, single file. Uh, um, Make a full version of snake and ladder space theme. Let's say that. Okay, so O3 is still thinking. I guess we'll have to, yeah, turn on like a HTML runner to see all of the results. Okay, so GPT-5 is done with the result. O3 is still working on it. Let's see GPT-5, what GPT-5 has come up with. So it's 172 lines of code, which, oh, how is the version in Open Router just like not good? Like, is that what's happening? Uh, Let me just do the same thing in the ChatGPT app. I guess I've turned on thinking by default, but um, for some reason it's not routing to that. So let's see. I guess O3 is done. Yeah. Let's see what O3 has come up with. I mean, this is just Yeah, as far as UI goes, this is horrible. And that's not the experience I have been having. Okay, this is also horrible, but I would say this is better than what GPT-5 gave. At least in like open router. I'm just checking what happens when you put it into. Okay, so instantly Claude 4 Sonnet has given 600 lines of code, and yeah, okay, that is a way better experience. It's a little weird looking, but that's a way better experience. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that is approved. Let's see what Opus 4.1 gave, because a lot of people are calling Opus 4.1 better than GPT-5, which apparently all of the models here are right now. So 700. Okay, okay, I see you. Maybe if these were like shaped as actual snakes and stuff, that would be cool. But this is good. It has that literal, I can tell this is made by AI feel. But this is something you can work with. Okay, so in the Chat GPT app, it's a very different result. It's thought for 1 minute straight, and now it has started writing the code, and it has, I assume, already crossed the amount of code that GPT-5 wrote on the web. So I think the the model on open router has some issue. So I'll just test that math question again. um, Solve 5.9. Well, let's just say 5.9 minus 5.11. So in any case, I would want it to use Python for this. I do not expect an LLM to be able to solve just math problems by default. And if you see, when you give it this question, it has started thinking longer. I don't know why that is not happening via the API, but it works pretty well in Cursor. I'm missing the context. What? Okay, that is even worse than before. Maybe it did not understand that this is a minus sign. Uh, yeah, there we go. So for some reason it works better in the app than in the API. That's okay. That's just weird. Okay, fine. Okay, our UI is ready. Let's just copy that and let's paste it right here. And that's the best result we've seen so far. This is exactly. Okay, I'm just confused at this point. So if you use GPT-5 outside of something like Cursor or Bolt via the API directly, it is just shit. If you use it in the Chat GPT app, it gives you this kind of results, which is so much better than whatever came out of Opus and Sonnet. that that's the conclusion I'm drawing here. Of course, there's the stuff with the RKGI benchmark and all of that. I, I guess the best way to find out is just try it out for your own use case. I have so far had a good experience with it. I am now a little skeptical about using the GPT-5 API, but I will definitely be using it through the app, and I guess I prefer it over Opus, at least for front end. For the rest of the tasks, I guess I'll have to do more testing. Overall, this has been a very confusing video to record. Tada, bye bye.